Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. If you're not, you're returning. Thank you so much for returning to me. It means I'm doing something right, I guess. But so in today's video, this is Self-Care Sunday. As you all know, on Sundays I upload, things about skincare or just all around self-care. And so in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing two organic feminine hygiene products that I've been using. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about them. So I'm going to be reviewing Rael, and I'm going to be reviewing Cora Feminine Hygiene. Now I picked these up back in May, and I think in my first haul video I showed y'all that I had got these, and I've been trying them out since then. And so I just want to tell y'all how they've been working for me. So let me jump right into price. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the price. I'm going to talk about the packaging. I'm going to talk about the claims that they make. And then I'm going to review the claims that they make, see if it's true or not. So this is Rael. This is actually their liner box. I had their pad box, but I threw that away. But this is the liner box. This is orange. I think the pad box comes in like a tealish, bluish, greenish type color. I'm not 100% sure what the color is. But yeah, so that's the color it comes in. But these are the liners. And so the price point for the liners, I can't remember what it is. I think it's like $4.99, I want to say. I can't remember, but you get 40 liners, which is a pretty good amount of liners that you get. And then for the pads, I use the overnight pads, but the regular size comes in 14, and then the overnight ones come in 8, because the overnight ones are the longest one that they have, and I like to use long pads. And so yeah, so that's the price point. For the pads, I think it's like $5.99 and you get 14, and I think for the overnight ones it's like $6.99 and you get 8. So that's kind of, it's not a bargain. She's expensive. But I guess for what you're getting, the quality materials that they're using, they have to price it up a little bit, more. But I used to use Always, but Always, I was trying to transition from Always into organic top pad. And so Always, you get 20 in a pack for like $5.99. So, I'm paying a little bit more for a little bit less. Or maybe, I'm paying the same amount, but I'm getting a lot less. So, but hey, you want to be healthy, sometimes you got to pay the price. And so I guess I'll tell you about, why I made this transition to organic. It's because, I've done my research over the years and I just never made the transition. You know how sometimes when you know to do better, there's better things out there, you just never do it. And so I finally, over this quarantine has helped me a lot to sit down, take a look, and reevaluate things that you said you was going to do and finally do them, or even some new ideas that you want to come up with, or new ideas I thought of and just, finally did it. And so I made that transition in May. I went ahead and picked up both to just try them out to see which one I like the best, because those are like the two top, those are like the two top brands that were, good. And so, so Rael, like I said, $5.99 for 14. And if you're using the overnight size, even though they market it as overnight, that's just the largest one they have. And I like to use the largest, the longest one, just to make sure I'm safe and protected. And so the packaging is real nice. It's like a rustic type, packaging. It has like this cute like plant, and it's in the shape of an R. When you read it, you know what you're getting on it. And so that's what I like about it. It caught my eye, especially with the colors that they have. And so what the claims they're making is that, let me see, that it's made with organic cotton from Texas. So when I read that, I was like, okay, Texas, but I don't know what the difference is between Texas cotton, Louisiana cotton, or any kind of southern cotton that's out there. I don't know what the difference is, but they always say Texas is bigger and better. So it's made from organic Texas cotton. It's made without fragrance, chlorine, dioxin, pesticides, artificial dyes, perfumes, toxic adhesives, GMOs, rayon, and other harsh chemicals. So it's making a lot of claims. It doesn't have all these harsh things that are, cancer causing. which is the main reason why I made that transition from using Always. It also says that they're ultra soft and breathable and they're flexible. It keeps you fresh and it's also very absorbent. So let me tell you how my experience with it so far. So Rael, whenever I tried it out, I have one already out. This is how it looks. So I like how it looks. I like how, I don't think this is cotton, but I just like how it looks and feels in my hands. Oops, let me get that. How it looks and feels in my hand. And so whenever you open it up, this is how it looks. It's not as long as Always, which is like the only con that I have. It's very nice, it's flexible. The top sheet is cotton, which is the most important part that you want to be cotton and free of all those chemicals. It's very absorbent. It does absorb really well. Like I like to change my pad like maybe every hour or two. But you can go a little bit longer. Sometimes like I check it around those timestamps and it's absorbed really well. But you still want to go ahead and change it because you want to be fresh. You don't want to be, you know what I'm trying to say. You want to be fresh. And so I like how it looks. And if you want to, you're at work or whatever, and you're somewhere out and about and you have it in your hand, no one really know what this is. Versus, you have Always, they come in different colors. They're bright. People know exactly what you're holding in your hand if you have it. And so I just like how this looks. I like the packaging. Very easy. Whenever you're wearing it, it doesn't feel like you have anything on. It's very flexible, like I said, it moves with you. But the only con that I have, like I said, is that it's not long enough for me. I'm too old to be having some accidents. So I just have to be very careful when I'm sitting for a very long period of time and I get up and I feel that rush. I just have to be careful how I move because I don't want any accidents to come. So, and I guess that's the price you pay for, better, but that's one thing they Always has over them. Always, their overnight pads are very long, they're very thick. And that's one, I didn't like how thick Always was, but they're very long. I feel very protected, I feel very safe, I don't have any issues. I know probably y'all thinking like, why don't you wear a tampon? Well, I've used tampons over the years. I always use tampons and pads. I used the tampons like on my first and second day of my menstrual cycle, and then I transitioned into pads. But I grew up with the old school mama. When I first started my cycle in the 8th grade, she was like, you're not wearing no tampons. You too young to be wearing tampons. So I just never wore them until I got an adult in college. And so I started using tampons and just never felt comfortable with them. I used different sizes and it just never felt good to me. And so, and then also, because they have all those cancer causing stuff in them, even though they have organic cotton tampons, I still didn't want to use tampons. I just feel more comfortable with pads. And no one's going to tell me any different about that. I'm not going to feel bad about that, because, people feel like, oh, you're too old for wearing pads. Well, you're not going to make me feel guilty about that. I like to do what's comfortable for me. So yeah, so it moves with you, it feels comfortable, it's very absorbent, you don't feel like you have anything on, and you feel fresh all day. And so when I go into Cora, I use their overnight pads as well. I love the packaging of this. Like the packaging looks really sleek, it looks really modern. I love the black and white, and then I love the pop of the gold on it. I love how it looks. And the price point for this is kind of the same. It's $7.99 for 14. So this one is a little bit better bargain than Rael, which the overnight pads for them I only get 8. But for this one I get 14. So it's a little bit better for my money. Again, I use the overnight with this one, but this one is like ultra thin. It's very thin. This is how it looks. I love how this looks. It's the same kind of material as the Rael. But only con I have with this one, and I already have it out, but it's very hard to get out whenever you're trying to use it. But other than that, it's very, 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 very thin. You see how thin this is? It's very thin, but you would think that because it's so thin, it wouldn't absorb, but it does. So let me read the claims that they're making. is that it's also certified organic, and they make sure they tell you that it's only the top sheet that's organic cotton. Chlorine-free wood pulp. It says it's very absorbent. I guess that's why it's very absorbent, because it says it has a chlorine-free wood pulp. Super absorbent polymer, polypropylene, non-toxic adhesive, and it's free from chlorine, dioxins, polyester, fragrance, latex, and chloroform. So a lot of good claims. And also they have a mission. See right here, the mission is that whenever they have millions of girls all over the world, especially in like low poverty areas, especially Africa, they don't have, access to health education. They don't have access to feminine hygiene like we do. And so whenever you buy one of these, they provide it to them. And they also provide, let me read on the back. It says they nurture the inherent power of girls worldwide by providing period pads and health education to those in need. They spread knowledge not only to, low poverty areas, but they also provide knowledge to us. And so every purchase that you make will support a girl that is stepping boldly into the promise of their future. So I love that mission. I just love the mission, because a lot of girls in low poverty areas, especially Africa, they don't have these resources like we do. We can easily just go to the store and get it, and they don't. So I love that about them. So let's get into the claims that they're making. So yes, it's very thin, very thin. So when you wear it, it feels like you had nothing at all. It's even thinner than a liner. But like I said, even though it's so thin, that bad boy absorbs. It absorbs like nobody's business. I wear that like I check around the 1-2 hour mark, and it's fine. Like I feel like I don't have to change it, but I still go ahead and change it because I want to remain fresh. But it's so thin, it's ultra thin. The only con I have with it again is that it's still not long enough. Always, I don't think they're the only ones to me that I know of, because I never tried Kotex and all those other brands. But always, their overnight pads are very, very long. I feel safe and protected. And so with Rael and Cora, I think they need to do a little bit better and make them longer, because I'm not flat in the back and I'm not huge in the back either. But at the same time, like, I need it to be long enough to cover up that area so I won't have any accidents. I'm too grown again to be having accidents. I left that behind in middle school and so I want to make sure that I'm safe and protected, especially when I'm out and about running around. I don't want to have an accident, especially at work. That's embarrassing. So I just wish that they would make them longer. But other than that, I love that they're free of all those chemicals, the fragrances. It's made with cotton, so it's able to absorb, and it moves. In Cora, it says it's movable and flexible with you. It is. Like, you don't feel like I said, you don't feel like you have it on. It moves with you. Now that one, like I said, whenever I'm sitting for a long period of time and I get up and I feel that rush, I don't have an issue with it. Like I said, I don't feel like it's moving with me and I have to, fix myself. I have to run to the bathroom and fix myself. The only issue is it's just not long enough. So if I had to choose between one of those two, I think I would choose Rael. And the reason why I would choose Rael is because it has like a little bit more cushion in the top sheet. And so I feel more comfortable with that. Whereas Cora, it feels like I'm wearing a liner. And you just feel scared that it's not going to protect you. So I like Rael. And Rael is, even though it's still not as long as always, is longer than Cora. And so I prefer Rael. It keeps me more protected than Cora. So yeah, that's my choice. But they're both good products, but I choose Rael over Cora. Now I want to continue to explore and review and try out more organic feminine hygiene products. The main one I want to try out is Honey Pot, but every time I go to the store, they're sold out. When you go online, they're sold out, and you just have to catch it. And so that's what the next one I want to try. But if you know of any more other good organic cotton line pads I should try out, leave that in the comments below. I'm so willing to try them out so I can get more reviews and let y'all know what I think. So thank you so much for tuning in for another Self-Care Sunday. Again, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more content as far as self-care, skincare, and makeup, go ahead and hit that subscribe. If you're returning, thank you so much. And thank you and have a nice day.